Hey there, ladies. Miranda here. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see who gets to join me on the call tonight. Hopefully, some people can join live. But yes, today we're going to be talking about the success mindset, specifically for the success mindset as a coach. But this is something that also is, these three keys are elements to really any goal that you have. So if it's a health related goal and you want to improve that in your business, in your life, not your business. Hey, Em, good to see you, love. These three keys are going to help you overcome health stuff, relationship stuff, general fulfillment, life satisfaction. These goals are important for our business as well, and coaching as well. So hope you enjoy and get a bit out of it. I wanted to, hey Kirsten, good to see you, love. Wanted to stand up today. I feel like, I don't know about you, but I love standing up. I love the energy that we get from standing. Hey Lenny, nice to see you. All right, awesome. So we got a couple people. I'm just going to jump in. And I want you to think through when I'm talking about this. Hey Em, when I'm talking about this, I want you to think about one key issue that you want to be resolving. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the first actual key to any success in our life as becoming a coach, if we're having a success mindset as a coach, or to become having any goal that you want, the first key you need to have success, the first mindset shift is you need focus. That is number one. You know, I mean, all of these are actually really important, but first thing is focus. Because so often, I don't know about you, but you know, even when I was starting my business, but even for years before that, I would have like 5 problems I want to solve. You know, 2020 came around. People having the New Year's resolutions, they're thinking of those things. How many goals do we set up with, okay, I want to achieve this. And there was a funny post that someone put up the other day where it's like, my goals for 2020 were the goals that I didn't complete in 2019, the goals that I didn't complete in 2018 and 17. And the reason why is because we set so many goals, we set so many ambitions, we set so many problems that we want to resolve. And so we're not actually going to actually get to core of any of them because we're not focused on any of them. We're just sort of, and I've used this analogy before. I don't know if you've heard me say it, but you know, imagine that you're trying to shift something in your life. If you don't have focus, it's like a diffused light. So I have a light on at the moment, but it's a pretty dull light. This lighting's not amazing in this room right now because it's diffused, it's dull, you know, it's spread out and it's too thin and it can't impact anything. And so if you don't have focus, you're sort of trying to do all these things, you're trying to spread yourself really thin, but you're dull and you're not able to actually achieve anything because of that. But if you think of, you know, laser beam is what a focus is. A laser can cut through stone, rock, diamonds, like crazy things. It can impact and get through the goal that it wants because it's focused light. That's all it is. And so that's what you need to be. You need to have pure focus on the one thing that you want to solve. And so think about for you right now, what is the one key thing that you want to be solving in your life? You know, and for me in my coaching business, until I decided that my coaching business was the number one focus point for me, and I wanted to solve that, resolve it, get it to the place I wanted it to be. I wanted to get that up and running and going really well. Until I made that decision, I was sort of floundering around trying to change, you know, health stuff, trying to change relationship stuff, trying to, you know, do all these things. Now, focus doesn't mean you kick everything to the side. Oh, stuff my son, you know, I'm a parent, but oh well, just cut all that out. I need a business focus. Doesn't mean that at all. But what is the big thing that you're putting extra energy into, that you're investing your time, your money, your effort? That is really essential. You need to have that. And as a coach as well, you need to, you know, really start choosing what is the one problem that I want to solve? What is the one promise I want to help people with? What is the one area I want to resolve? What are the one client type of person I want to help? What's the one offer I want to give them? It's called the law of ones. One thing, just focus on that because we need to build the foundation and then move beyond it. Tell me what you guys are taking away. Tell me what your key thought is right now before I keep moving on. I'm going to grab my water. One sec. Tell me what that is. And while you're telling me what that is, I'm going to explain something else about this focus point. So if you guys are watching on the replay too, comment along. It helps because then I can answer questions and thoughts along the way as well. So this is an analogy that I'm working with one of my coaches. He's earned 10 million in his coaching business before, and he's coaching me. And it's awesome to work with a coach who's earned that much in his business and impacted that many people. And so this is an analogy that he has told me about, and it's so powerful when we get this. And I'm going to use this as the idea between all of these three keys for you. I'm not seeing any people comment. Come on, Em, or whoever's watching still. Comment along with me. Give me some interaction, or else I feel like I'm just talking to myself, monologuing. Key takeaway. So the analogy is, you imagine you're on a staircase, right? And you're down here and you're wanting a goal that's over here, and maybe 100 steps up, 1,000 steps up, whatever it is, right? Now, when you don't have focus, it's like you're jumping up this staircase, walking up the staircase. Oh, okay, I'm here and I want to start a coaching business, and I want to get it to over here and have this many clients per month coming in, this much income coming in per month and per year, and this is where I want to go. But when we don't have focus, what happens is we start stepping up the staircase and thinking, okay, I'm going to start solving the problem this way. I'm going to start doing it this way. But because then we don't really focus on our coaching business, and we then start thinking, oh, I want to start talking about my relationship, dealing with that, or finding a relationship, whatever that is, we jump off the staircase and we start chasing another staircase. And we're doing all this effort and action because we're not actually focused, and we keep jumping from place to place, trying a new thing, different thing. We're just not actually getting anywhere. And it becomes really frustrating because we get overwhelmed because we're not actually progressing. We're making all this effort, going on this stuff, but I say it's like a hamster wheel. It's just pedaling, going, but we're not getting anywhere. And so it's so frustrating. People talk to me and they say they feel so lost, so frustrated, so angry, so overwhelmed, feel like this goal is impossible. It's not impossible. It's just that you keep changing your focus and you keep changing what you're doing. So great works. Focusing on one thing sounds like it turns big goals into more easily achievable goals. Yes, Laser. One thing, love it. Yeah, awesome. Kirsten, yeah. The one thing has been game changer for me. Just focusing on the one thing and the law of ones. Because a lot of the time when we don't have that focus, we don't get good at any of it. It's the whole jack of all trades and the queen of none, or whatever that is. That saying. I've probably stuffed it up, but you know what I mean. You know, we don't actually perfect anything. We don't actually achieve anything because we just keep shifting. So here we go. Oh, yes, turn big. Yes, M as well. That's it. And making something achievable is so key. And I'm going to tell you guys the second key, and this is going to help you understand what that is talking about also with this staircase analogy and making things even more achievable. So first key, focus. Clear, laser focus. And when you actually focus on, I'm going to solve my business problem, I'm going to solve my coaching problem, I'm going to figure out how to start my business, and I'm going to find the best tools and best ways to do that, and that's going to be my whole full focus, you will be crazily, incredibly amazed at what you can produce. A great little tool for how you can start doing this as a small little action step that I've been doing recently is even when you're, so for business in example, but even training or some health examples as well, you can apply this to other goals. Just have 25 minutes, set your timer on 25 minutes, have 25 minutes of a set task, one task you're gonna do. Wear one hat, so you're doing your marketing hat, or you're doing your sales hat, or you're doing content creation. Because sometimes we can get emails and get messages and we just keep changing our hats all the time. We've got to go parent hat and then I'm going to go partner hat, and it just gets so confusing. So 25 minutes, put the one hat on. This is my block of time. Even over 3 hours, I'm going to do, marketing for these 3 hours, or I'm going to do 1 hour of Facebook or whatever it is, right? We put the one hat on, we set our timer with a 25-minute chunk, we go hard on it, 5 minutes sort of break, go get a tea, stretch, do whatever, back on, So even little things like that just help us manage our energy, and our energy management is massive. So that's just a small little how to begin to do it, but this is huge and there's so much more to it. So I'm just giving you a little bit. So the second key here is action. You need to take action. So if we don't have focus, we're going to have slow progress, okay? If we don't have focus, there's slow progress because we sort of start going up, but then we go backwards and we start going somewhere else. So it's not really helping. Now, the second key of action, if you don't take action, And this sounds silly, but this is actually something that so many people don't understand. If you don't take action, there is no progress. If you don't keep stepping up the steps and keep taking the action, there is zero progress. You can't move. If you don't take action, you can't get anywhere. Okay? Thanks, Kirsten. And this is something that, Kirsten, you would see a lot with clients as well. You know, and I saw when I was in the health weight, you know, area, focusing on that. So often, you know, and this is for coaches as well and business owners, so often we are focused in on the result that we want to have. So for me, when I started out my business, you know, I'd focus in on like, okay, I want to have this amount of clients a month, or I want to have this much money coming in a month, or whatever, which is fine, right? That's great to have that idea. Or if you're trying to lose weight, people go, I want to lose 5 kilos this month, which is ridiculous, but some people think they can do that, you know, or I want to lose a kilo or whatever, which that's okay. You can have a preference of how you'd like the result to play out, but you actually have no control. None of us have any control over the result. I want you to understand this, girls. None of us have any control over any result. You don't have control over your health fundamentally. Yes, you can change the actions, you can change the progress, you can learn and get towards it, but you can't actually make a statement of, I'm going to have this by this by this. A lot of that is out of your control. You have a different body, whatever. A business, I can't put out a post and know that I'm going to get 100 people liking, commenting, all these people coming to me. I don't know. I'll put it out and I don't know what's going to happen. So we need to take our eyes off the result focus and we need to put it on the action focus and the progress. And so I want you to imagine, like, over these steps, right? Every little step, there's a plus, minus, plus, minus. Some steps are going to work and go great, and some are going to fail and stuff up, and you're not going to get what you want, you know. But the thing is, if you stop, because like, and this is the way I used to run my business, and even when I was trying to lose weight and whatever in health days, you know, you start making some progress, but then all of a sudden you get on the scales and you're like, I haven't lost the 10 kilos I wanted or whatever. And so you go, well, F this, stuff that, I'm not going to do any of it, you know? Or we start doing some progress with our business and we start, like, you know, putting a post out there, but there's not enough interaction or people don't come and try and buy from us. So then all of a sudden we go, well, stuff that, this isn't working, I'm going to stop acting. And we get deflated because we're focusing on the outcome and we're attached to the outcome and not the action. And so we stop in the step, and little do we know that after 20 steps, there's a new milestone. We get a new level of income. We start getting 2K extra a month. We start getting 5K extra a month. We start getting, every 20 steps, there's a new level of a growth period. Every 20 steps you take with your health, there's another level where you'll get healthier, fitter, lose more weight. But every little step and the micro steps in between, they might not go the way you want. And the fact is, you know, if you just keep taking action and you keep learning from everything and you keep making feedback, you will progress. But if you stop, you won't. I hope you guys are getting this. Tell me some key takeaway from that, because for me, this seems really sort of self-explanatory. It seems like common sense, but most of us don't understand this. Most of us don't practically get this. So the key of action is that the more and more you step up, some steps will work, some won't. But if you stop stepping, then none will. If you don't play the game, you're not in it, you can't win it. And so if you don't keep stepping, you're not going to get to the 1000th step and get the goal in your business or in your health or in your relationships or whatever, if you just keep stopping. So tell me a key takeaway. I'm going to grab a drink. I don't know if that's revolutionary to you or not, but for me it was massive to change my business, understanding how much the action mattered. And the big how here is not being attached to an outcome. Yes, have a preference as I'd like to achieve this. I'd like to receive this in my business. I'd love to have this many clients coming in. Yes, have a preference, have an intention, have a focus. That's important. But you don't attach to it and you don't expect it to happen exactly the way you want, because you never know, there could be stuff that pops up, you know, and you just can control and change your action and your progress and your feedback and your learning. You can't necessarily control the external outcome. This is me. I keep stopping when I go to the outcome. Yes, Julie, like this is heaps of people. So many people do that because they're so attached to the outcome. And it's something that we have in relationships, in our health, in our business. Like But the thing is, the outcome will happen. If you think about Tony Robbins or someone, you know, that you admire in business or admire in their health or whatever it is, they're not incredible people that just are born amazing and the rest of us suck and we're never going to get there. They've literally just taken 5,000 steps and you're only at one, you know? And if you keep stepping, you're going to get there. But that's the only certainty, that if you keep stepping and you keep learning, not just keep stepping and doing any random action, you do the stuff that works and you keep learning. If you keep doing that, you will get there. There's no matter of a doubt of that. So good, so basic, but can be hard to consistently take action. Think about it, understand how important it is. Yes, Emma. And this is the thing. The thing I learned the most about I've got 2 coaches who are millionaires, and they're coaching me for this year, and it's awesome. I'm loving it. But the biggest thing I'm learning about them is that success is so basic. A lot of the time it's actually really basic stuff, but we don't perfect it. We don't learn it. We don't actually have awareness and perfect it. And we keep trying to make everything complex, get overwhelmed. And like, it doesn't need to be that way. You know, we don't need to make it that confusing and complex. So yeah, it is basic, but if we actually just take action and keep taking action, and you know, yes, I want the post to go this way. Yes, I love this many leads coming in. Yes, but if it doesn't work that way, okay, cool. I'm either winning and getting exactly what I want, or I'm learning and I'm just figuring out what it is that I need to know. So that's what we have, the 2 thoughts here. Okay, so the next one, I hope that's helped. So the thing is, the first key is about focus and making sure we're on the one staircase, doing the one focus of the problem we're going on and continuing to take action. So continuing to step up. And even when the action doesn't land the way we want, even when we don't get the leads we want, we don't get the content, we don't get the weight we want, whatever, the relationship doesn't go the way we want, we keep taking action. We don't stop. You know, or maybe you'll stop and feel self-pity for like a minute or a few hours, but then you go back and you keep going, you know, because that's the only way that we actually move forward. The awesome thing, I love this about NASA spaceships, right? Spaceships are, either winning or learning. I did a video on that a week or 2 ago as well in the group, Julie, so check that out because I explained that a bit more. But yeah, we either winning or learning. It's all winning anyway. So these NASA spaceships, the most heavily invested thing in the planet, best technology, best money, best knowledge, best, you know, put into these spaceships. They, on track to their goal, they're on a staircase, you know, on track to their goal of the moon or whatever they're going to, they're actually only ever on track 3% of the time. They hit the moon, they hit the goal, and they're only on track, only actually on target, only actually heading the right direction for 3% of the time. 97% of the time, they are off track. But we think as humans that we should win everything we do and we should take action, we should always get exactly what we want. That's not how success works. Success is not just bang, it's zoot, zzz, you know, that squiggly line if you've seen that before. So if spaceships are 3% on track and they get there, and what happens is they keep taking micro corrections. So if every time I do a post and it doesn't land or whatever, I take a micro action, I think, what worked, what didn't work, what can I learn? What worked, what didn't work, what can I learn? What worked, didn't work, what can I learn? I keep asking that. I'm keeping recorrecting every time. So it doesn't matter if 100% doesn't hit. 100% is never going to hit for anyone. Steve Jobs, Tony Robbins, they were only probably on track for 3% of the time as well. You know, failed 10,000 times to get the light bulb. It's just that he kept going, okay? All right, the last one here that I want to tell you guys about. So that was step 3. Step 2, focus for 1, action for 2. The last one, which is sort of the glue with them all as well, is the word grit. I don't know. Tell me if you've heard this word grit. Write down, yeah, thumbs up, or no, I haven't. No, I haven't heard of grit. But grit is about the stamina to continue to persevere, to continue to go on no matter what. And underneath grit, there's a sense of certainty. So with grit, I also tie in the word certainty. And there's a sense of a self-belief that this goal I have, I can achieve and I can get there. So it's like we're on the staircase and we might be at the bottom, we might feel like we're ages away, but we believe and know that I can get there, I can learn it. Because the opposite of grit and certainty is the fixed mindset that is, I'm born this way, I'm a loser, I'm a sucky business owner, I'm overweight, I've got these genes, that suck, or I can't learn, I've got a learning disability, or whatever it is. We say, I'm not good enough, I suck, I'm stuck where I am, and nothing I do will change it. That's the opposite of grit and certainty. So a fixed mindset was basically saying, here's a goal I want. I want to get this goal in my business. I want to become this amazing coach and earning 10K months, 20K months, 200K, whatever year, having 1,000 clients I impact, whatever the goal is, right? If you have a fixed mindset and you have a lack of self-belief, you basically are saying, it's just a pipe dream. Tony Robbins, Miranda Marriott, certain people, they're born that way, they can do it, but I can't. I'm just born to suck and I'm not going to get there. Or I just born with weight and I want to have this, but it's not available to me. I can't do it. That is what self-doubt and that is what a fixed mindset would say. I'm just stuck the way I am and this is unavailable to me. Whereas the grit that will keep us going, this growth mindset, this certainty is that I can learn this. I can get here. I don't maybe know what it is yet, but I can. And we just keep stepping up and we keep going. That mindset's the part that will keep us going and keep us stepping up, even when it doesn't work. It's not about that's the end of the story, end of the chapter, I suck, case over, I'm leaving coaching. It's how do I keep learning and growing as much as I can? And that is the thing that keeps us stepping when we get the negatives. Because like you were saying before, Julie, that, when we take the action and we don't get a result we want, if we have that fixed mindset, we have self-doubt and that not good enough story takes over, we start going backwards and we start going back down the steps and we go, this isn't for me. And it's really sad. It actually really breaks my heart. I actually get really emotional about this. 80% of coaches in their first few years of coaching do not make it. They jump off the staircase and they say, this isn't for me. I can't do it. And look, out of that number, there will be some who maybe coaching's not for them. Maybe they don't really love it. Maybe they try it. That's fine. That's fine. But out of that number, there is a massive amount who are made out for this, cut out for this, incredible coaches, going to change amazing lives. But because they don't believe this, they jump off. This happened to you, Julie. Yeah. It actually literally really breaks my heart because I just imagine for me and my son and my clients, if I didn't have that shift in my mindset, because I had a fixed mindset before as well, and I believed it wasn't available to me and I was a loser and I had this identity that I had to really shift. If I hung on to that and I didn't get coaches to help me through that, I would have given up. I wouldn't be 4 years into my business and beyond and it's doing it like I would. And that doesn't just affect me because that's lack of fulfillment in me. It's that sense of I had a purpose and a mission I was so passionate about and I'm not doing. And that doesn't just affect me. That affects my son because I wouldn't feel, as congruent, as loving, as fulfilled as I am. That would affect my clients who would have been my would-be clients that I'm never going to be able to help. And these women that maybe have just only benefited from me and no one else, and I won't be able to help them. So this actually breaks my heart. This lack of this key really breaks my heart. And if you want to learn more about, grit, Angela Duckworth talks a lot about it as a general concept. This is a concept that really cones in and relates to coaching and any goal that you have, health or business or anything, relationship. But she has done research and she's got a book if you're keen to look more into it. But she's done research that the number one thing for success isn't talent, isn't genetics, isn't intelligence. It's none of those things. Grit, in all of these cases, in sales, in spelling competitions, in the army, with teachers, in all these different fields, she's done research. Grit was the number one element for success, not intelligence, not talent, nothing in genetics, nothing that you were born with. Grit and the fact that you keep going. And if you look at the people like the Tony Robbins of the world or whatever, the Steve Jobs or the Thomas Edisons who made the light bulb, you look at him. The fact is, he wasn't born to be incredible in this. Some people are intelligent, but they're not that's the factor. The fact is they just kept going and didn't stop. Whereas the people that don't go on are the ones that believe it's not possible and they give up. So please look more into that concept and understand for you how powerful self-belief is. Because again, as I said, if you don't have it, you don't have self-belief and certainty in you, and you don't have that belief that you can learn this and you can get there, you just don't have the information right now, you don't know what to do right now, you will not keep going. You will actually start going backwards, and you will let your dream go, and you will give up. And that really, breaks my heart. I really don't want you to do that. So ladies, hope this has been of value to you. I need to jump off and jump onto a call with one of these beautiful women in a second. So I want you to just comment below your key takeaway, the key thing that you really, it stood out to you. And let me know if you have any questions as well. Type them in too. I'd love to answer anything. But they're the three keys: focus, action, and self-belief, certainty, grit, whatever word you like to use for that. 3 keys for success in any stage of life, but particularly for coaching and getting a coaching business. They're 3 key mindsets that you need. So comment in what your key thoughts were. We had a couple of people as well at the end when I put a post up about what would you love to learn. There were a few things about strategy, so I will be sort of posting some of that up. I'm thinking about doing it more as a challenge to help people progress to their first 5 or 10 clients or something like that. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That will be coming. Very helpful. Thank you. Love the concept of grit. This is what I need to work on. Yeah. And Julie, the big thing with this is that so often we think we need a strategy to, get our business up and going, to improve our coaching. We think that we need a strategy to, get our health, whatever goal it is. And yeah, strategy is important, but the mindset shifts are what is going to help the strategy go on. And if you don't have the mindset, you're going to let it go, So you might have a strategy on how to run Facebook or how to market in certain things, but if you don't have the mindset backing you, you'll keep jumping off the staircase, not getting on. So mindset's massive. Focus, action, self-belief, and your work on self-belief and these things. Yeah, Benita, that's so true and so important. And look, honestly, from all the coaching I've done over the last 4 years, but then also been working in counseling for the 15 before that, self-belief is the number one factor that we need as a foundation for all of those things. Focus for any goal that we have. Sorry. Emma, focus, action, grit. Thanks, Miranda. This is great to combat feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, it's really, really key. I'm glad you took something from that, Em. So ladies, if this has been beneficial to you, something's connected in with you, you'd like to chat more about you, where you're at with your coaching business, explore the mindsets part to it, also the strategy part to actually get you to, 5-figure months, 6-figure years, what beyond, then reach out to me, send me a message so I can, support you in whatever questions you have as well. If you want to send me a personal message. What was the name of the author who did the studies on the grit? Angela Duckworth, Angela Duckworth. She's got a book on that, grit. And there's a TED talk on it if you want just a quick rundown on grit. She's got a quick, 20-minute TED talk. So look at grit and also look at the growth mindset. Because the growth mindset's the number one way that she believes you can actually access grit and the how of how to do grit. Growth mindset's often applied just to schools and learning in a school context, but growth mindset is needed for every success in life. We need to have a growth mindset if we want to earn more money, we want to start businesses, we want to get a health goal, we want to have a relationship or improve the relationship. Growth mindset. Yeah, awesome. And reach out, let me know if you have any other questions with it. And also how it applies to business and life, because as I said, a lot of the research, not so much for grit, but for growth mindset is on schools. So cool. Love you ladies. I've got to jump off, but have a great night. It was awesome to spend some time with you. Stay well. Bye-bye.